Okay, guys, welcome back. We are learning today AP and GP. So, what is this AP and GP? By the way, this is no more in your syllabus. So, we will just going to focus on AP. So, what exactly is AP? AP is arithmetic progression. What is AP is arithmetic progression. Now, what do you mean by arithmetic progression? Arithmetic progression means something like this. Suppose there are a few terms which are either increasing in order or else decreasing in order. Progression means it is going in one direction, okay? Either in the increasing order or else it is going in the decreasing order. Like example, I can say the numbers are like this. Say 25, uh, 50, and then 75, then 100, then 125. So they all are and dot 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 dot. So this is a list of number which are increasing in or the progression is in increasing order. Okay. Now, if you'll notice this number, they all have been added by 25. You understood? They all have been added by 25. So when the difference between the two numbers, between the succeeding number and the preceding number, if the difference is same, then it is called as arithmetic progression. If the difference is a constant or the difference is the same in all the terms, then it is called as arithmetic progression. Otherwise, it is not. Okay, let me give you another example. Let's say 20, then 10, then 5, then 2.5. So is this a arithmetic progression? It's a question. Is this a arithmetic progression? So answer comes no. Why answer comes no? Because over here the difference is 10, here the difference is 5, and here the difference is 2.5. So it is not a arithmetic progression. It is okay. So this is arithmetic progression. This is AP because the difference is constant. Here, this is not AP. Why? Because the difference is not constant. You understood? It's a that simple chapter, guys. Okay, I'll take one more example. Let's say the numbers are something like this. One second. Let's say the example is like this. Say 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, and so on. Okay. So is this an AP? Answer comes yes. And why is it so? Because this is a AP, this is a AP. Why? Now I guess students, even you can answer it, isn't it? Why it is an AP? Because there is a difference of 9 minus 10 minus 1, 8 minus 9 minus 1, 7 minus 8. The difference is minus 1. So the difference can be positive and the difference can be negative. So the difference can be positive, negative, fractions, root, anything. Are you understanding? As long as the difference is a constant, it is called as arithmetic progression. I hope you understood this concept very well of arithmetic progression. Anyone has any doubts or difficulties, you can surely raise your hand. Okay, students. So I hope you understood by now what is an AP. AP is arithmetic progression. So what exactly is a which progression is called as arithmetic progression? Whenever the difference between two consecutive terms, the difference between the two consecutive terms is same, is same, that progression or that list of the number is called as arithmetic progression. Now let's move on. We will see in detail everything. So what is this first formula? So there are few terms which you'll have to supposed to remember. You can start writing along with me. What is this first thing? First term. Okay, this is called as term. This is called as term 1. So some people denote it as T1, T2, T3, this is term 4, this is term 5. Or some people may denote these as like this also. A1 or A1, A2, A3, A4, A5. Are you guys getting it? I'm so sorry, A4 has to be. And so on. So understand guys, A is called as first term. So T1, A1 or A is called as first term. Okay. Don't get confused with this lettering. If you'll refer the various books, you will find various alphabets or various terms. So don't get confused. A1, T1 or A means first term. So what is first term? A. What is common difference? Common difference is select succeeding term minus preceding term. So we can write it down in case we want over here. Succeeding term, that is a n plus 1 minus a n. Succeeding term minus preceding term. I know you must be wondering what is a n. Hold on, I'll explain to you. So a n plus 1 is called as succeeding term. A n plus 1 is called as succeeding term. Okay, this is a n plus 1. So the just prior to that would be a n. A n is called as nth term or preceding term. I hope you understood what is this a n plus 1 or a n. A n plus 1 is this, then in that case a n will be just prior to that. So succeeding term minus preceding term is called as d. The d is called as common difference. If the common difference is constant, then only that progression is called as arithmetic progression. I hope you understood this first formula. Let's move ahead with the next formula. Nth term. So nth term is this also an. Okay, an. You can just write it down over here. An. Nth term or else the last term, okay, can be derived with this formula a plus n minus 1 into d. Now some people will wonder, sir, how is that? I'll just explain. The first term is, guys, let's say a. Second term is, let's say, a1. Okay, I'm so sorry. This is a1. This is a2. This is a3. This is a4. And so on till an. Now let's derive the formula for nth term. Okay, no one going to ask you all these things by the way. Okay, a1 क्या रहेगा? A. फिर what will be a2? A first term plus common difference, isn't it? What will be a3? A3 would be, okay, so you can say this as a1 plus, this is second term, isn't it? So 2 minus 1 into d भी बोल सकते हैं, isn't it? It's just the different way of writing, isn't it? A is the first term and the common difference. If we'll add that, you're going to get second term. It can be written as the first term plus, if we'll do 2 minus 1, we're going to get 1d, isn't it? It's just a different way of writing. What will be a3? A3 would be a2 plus d, isn't it? Now what is a2? A2 is this, isn't it? A2 is this. So you can just simply write it down that as a2 plus 3 minus 1 into 3 minus 2 into d. You can basically write it down this is as 3 minus 2 because this is 2 over here, isn't it? So if we'll go on writing these ahead and ahead, you will get an as basically an would be a plus n minus 1 into d. It's that simple. I hope you understood this formula, isn't it? It is basically an or nth term formula. Nth term is equal to a plus n minus 1. Now you can remember like this way also. If you have to calculate a, say a15, if you have to calculate a15, so how are you going to write it down? A15, a plus 14d, because 15 minus 1, 14d, isn't it? If you want to calculate, say, a30th, so how are you going to write it down? A plus 29d. If you want to calculate a101, you can calculate A plus 100D, isn't it? Oh, basically I should have written over here as A1. So A1, if A2 would be nothing but A1 plus D. So A1 क्या है? A plus 2 minus 1. 2 minus 1D. Then A3 क्या रहेगा? A2 plus D. And like that. A2 क्या है? A plus 2 minus 1D plus D. And so on. I hope you got D here perfectly, isn't it? Okay, so just write it on these few things so that you will have everything in your notes ready. So if any number you want to find, a 15, then a plus just 15 minus 1 per digit, you're going to get that correct thing and into D. A 13, a plus 20 and D. A 101, a plus 100 D. Yeah, this should be on your tip of tongue. There will be many sums based on this, so you should be able to do all these things on your tip of tongue. I hope you understood and you finished writing till here everything. Let's move ahead, guys. Let's move ahead with this third formula. Rth term from the end. Rth term from the end. Matlab what say? Suppose this is like the beginning. These all formulas were from the beginning. Okay? We are going in this direction. But if you are coming in this direction, okay, let me just explain. So this was like going from the beginning, and this would be coming from the backward. So that is this rth term from the end. Say suppose it had ended over here 1. This series has, or the progression has ended over here at 1. Now from last, suppose we want to calculate what is the 7th term. So we will going to use this formula, n minus r plus 1 term from the beginning. Okay, n minus r plus 1 term from the beginning. Yeah, guys, this is very basic. Listen up. When I'll give the example, you'll understand very quickly. Sn, we will go to see in tomorrow's class. Sn के दो formulas रहेंगे, n by 2 in bracket a plus n और n by 2 in bracket 2a plus n minus 1d. Okay. Now, if you have completed this fourth formula, shall we move ahead? There are 3 terms, 4 terms, 5 terms, and 6 terms. So how to get these 3 and 5 terms? Look at this. 3 and 5 terms would be something like this: a minus d, a plus d, and the middle term would be a. Okay, you'll understand all these things, students, whenever we will do sums based on this. Okay, if 4 terms we want, then the middle term should be a minus d and a plus d, and a minus 3d and a plus 3d. So there are 4 terms: 1, 2, 3, 4. So you'll have to choose numbers like this way, so wisely, so that calculation becomes it is easy. Otherwise, you can choose anything. If we want 5 terms, so first of all we know how we've chosen the 3 terms. So उसमें और एक चीज ऐड कर देंगे. देखो यहाँ पर a है, a minus d, a plus d, फिर a minus 2d and a plus 2d. That's it. यहाँ पर a minus d था, now a minus 2d कर देंगे और यहाँ पर a plus 2d कर देंगे. If these are the 5 terms, look at this. Now the difference is constant. D, 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 and D. Isn't it? No worries. Even if you are not understanding something, nothing to worry. Arithmetic mean between the two terms a and b का mean क्या रहेगा? A plus b upon 2. Okay. Or else you can write it on this. यहाँ पर और एक alternative formula I would like to give. It's one the same thing. 2b is equals to 2b is equal to a plus a. Okay, that is for 3 terms, not for 2 terms. If the 3 terms, I'll add one more formula here, 10th formula. If 3 terms are in AP, like let's say a comma b comma c are in AP, then what we can say? 2b is equals to a plus c. I hope you finished writing till here all the 10 formulas, isn't it? If you have finished writing till here, that's nice, wonderful. If you have not finished, you can uh, just pause till here and copy paste all this formula, and then only we will move further. Okay, guys? I hope you understood all the formulas till here, guys. And now it's time to move ahead and start doing the sums. Now, how are you going to do these sums? Look at this, guys. Exercise 9.1 from MLM. So, for the following APs, write the first term A and the common difference is D. So what will be the first term, guys, over here? The first term would be A, that is 3. And what will be the D over here? 1 minus 3. I hope you understood what I mean by that. 1 second. So if I have to do this question quickly, just over here. So how are we going to do this question, guys? It's a very quick, very simple. See, we're supposed to find A. So A is always this first term. So A over here in case 1, A is equal to 3. I'm going to find the common difference, so D. So how are we going to find the difference? D would be 1 minus 3, succeeding term minus preceding term, which equals to minus 1, minus 1. Minus 1 यहाँ पर है, and then there is a minus to find the difference, which all are equals to minus 2. Did you notice? Or you can do this way also, minus 3, minus 1. I hope you understood what I did. So second one also you can do. A would be 1 by 3 in the first term itself, isn't it? And the D would be 5 by 3 minus 1 by 3. 5 by 3 minus 1 by 3, it will become 4 by 3. I hope you understood till here. I guess you can manage the second one by your own. So this would be A, and the difference would be minus 3 plus 3.2, I guess 0.2. Positive 0.2. Let's move ahead with the next question, guys. So what will be the next question? Let's say you have to find, write the first 4 terms of the AP. So A is given 10 and D is given as 10. So when A is 10, okay, when A is 10, so suppose if you have written A is 10, A is equal to 10 and D is also equal to 10. And what we have to do, we're supposed to write first 4 terms of AB. So how are we going to write it on that? So the first term would be A, A2, A3 and A4. So what are we going to write? A as 10 itself. Then we're going to add this 10 in that. So 10 plus 10, we're going to get 20. So added 10, isn't it? Then 20 plus 10. So it will become 30. If we'll add a 10, so you're going to get 40. So these are like first 4 terms. And this is how you can write your uh, first 4 terms of the AP. Isn't it? It's a very simple, guys. Whatever you've given, you can just keep adding. That's it. If you know A is equal to 4 and D is minus 3, so keep subtracting minus 3, minus 3, minus 3 right from the first term. If the first term is half and D is minus 1 by 6, keep doing the same thing. If A is minus 2 and D is 0, so minus 2, minus 2, minus 2, minus 2. So when the difference is 0, students, you're going to get the same number. That is also called as progression. I hope you understood till here everything. Now, watch my next video where we're going to do these lot many interesting questions based on this AP and how to find these arithmetic progression, whether there is a arithmetic progressions or